Hello! How are y'all doing today? It's time for Ash is Happy Now, and it's been, I think, since like Monday or Tuesday. So we're back to New Music Friday already. Much more subdued New Music Friday from my perspective anyway. Two songs I kind of fell in love with immediately. The first one was Love in Ruins by Griffin featuring Sinead Harnett, who has the most gorgeous voice. Her album Chapter 1 is really, really fantastic. I adore it. She's also super adorable on Instagram, so I recommend you follow her. Again, another artist who's in the UK, who knows if I'll ever get a chance to see them. But the song is really good. I also just love the concept of Love in Ruins and what the song is talking about. Really, I enjoyed it. The other one is sort of a more of a rock feel, but it put me in a really good mood just listening to it. It's kind of just like, helping you get through Friday. Was Technology by Don Broco. Yeah, I recommend it. I'd never actually heard them before, and I like scroll through their entire like what's available in America on Spotify and just tried it all in. Loved it. The second kind of note on New Music Friday was just an album, Joywave Content. I'm gonna go with that's what I think it is, not content, but content. Kind of highlight songs for me: Little Lies You're Told, Doubt, and When You're Bored. When You're Bored especially, I think I listened to it like 3 times in a row because I felt like it was telling me something. But really, obviously, Joy was kind of electronic, kind of moody. Really like that. Other things that are making me happy right now. I finally finished A Conjuring of Light. B.E. Schwab finished the trilogy. It came out a while ago. I got it a while ago. I just made myself read it incredibly slowly. For a little while there, I was only allowing myself to read a chapter a week. I read extremely quickly, so a chapter a week is like excruciatingly slow paced for me. But I made myself do it. And then at some point in the last week, I just snapped and I was like, no, I need to know. I can't draw this out anymore. And sort of my shock opinion that came from all this is that it's actually probably my favorite series of all time. Like the ending was so incredibly satisfying. Like there was still loss and pain and bad things happened and not everything was perfect and not everything turned out the way you wanted it to. But one of the most fantastic things about the series is that stuff goes wrong, but it's like I can never predict how anything is going to happen. I'm always surprised by like, well, I know something bad's about to happen. Like I know this plan isn't going to work out, but how that happens is just I never see it coming. And I like that because I am a person who, like, my brain tries to pick out what's going to happen. And I can't do that with that series. And so I'll miss it a lot. There are definitely some tears shed at the end. Not almost over the characters, but over the fact that, like, you only get to experience that once. You know, it's sort of like people are like, oh, I wish I could re-experience Harry Potter for the first time and again. And I completely get that, but I think, honestly, if I had to choose between... Well, no. At this point, I'd probably still pick re-experiencing Harry Potter again for the first time. Sorry, me. But this would be an extremely close second, or like a 1.5. Just the world was so unique and so much fun. And, you know, it's one of those where, like, I know exactly what the first line of the series is because I like it. Second was that one, when I get to July, for some reason, I really crave, like, a haunted house story. And for right now, I haven't found one that, like, meets my brain's criteria for starting a book. Because I'm really weird. Like, doing a TBR is basically useless for me because I'll be like, oh, yeah, these books. And then I get to, like, the day to start reading them. And it's like, no, this book. But the library had a bunch of different copies of Gwendy's Button Box when I went in. I started reading immediately last night. I'm almost done. I really love it. I almost wish that I was doing this for some sort of book group or something to have people to sit down and talk about it with because it's so interesting. When I thought Button Box and kind of the weird, like, bowler hat guy, Meet the Robinsons reference, but the weird, like, bowler hat guy on the cover, I actually thought this was going to take place a lot earlier than, you know, starting in 1974. So I was expecting like a button box, like an old school, like a box that people store buttons in. That is not what the Button Box is. I think this is a very interesting commentary, potentially even an allegory on on certain things happening in modern society, and I think it's probably even more prescient now than it was when it was written, because you know it's about a year between finishing the manuscript and being published, everything like that. One thing that's making me happy and sad right now is that a coworker that I really adore, she's having a going away party this weekend. So the good news is she makes fantastic food. So tomorrow is cheat day and it's gonna go really well. Downside is she's leaving, but I also just feel really a lot of gratitude that in the short time I've been here, I got to know her, and then I got to be influenced by her, especially her taste in books, and having someone at the office to say weird stuff to sometimes. So it's just the day you have. Yeah, so that's what's making me happy today. Books, music. I'm gonna go pretty much back to Spotify for a little while and then have a really quiet night in. So I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.